Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be playing Panzer Corps Gold Edition, kind of as a way of getting warmed up ready for Panzer Corps 2, which is coming out in about 2 weeks time. And I thought what I would try and do is I would get through the Grand Campaign, which I've never managed to do. I've always kind of got to about 1941, so I'm going to try and rattle through as fast as I can. There's going to be a little bit of save scumming, a little bit of undoing, but the aim is to try and get through as quickly as I can in the next 2 weeks before Panzer Corps 2 comes out. So we'll start crank away 1939, normal settings, and here we go. September the 1st, 1939, we're invading Poland. We need to knock out some airfields, capture some cities. We can have 2 SS units, although they call them SE in the game, and our experience cap is set to 225. So let's go, here we go. So capture all the city objectives and at least 3 Polish airfields. That's what we're aiming for, and it's a nice sunny day. Okay, so looking at the map here, we have little ground force units to the south to clear this block pretty much. We've got a very small force of unit 2 to try and clear this lot at the top, so we're going to have to reinforce those. If we look on core units, we can buy 4 more. How many fighters have we got? We've only got 1 squadron of fighters. I always like to have at least 2, so let's put some of those in as well. And let's get some infantry. And we'll give them some artillery as well. Let's go for moving artillery. Panzers, so they can move and shoot. Normal artillery can't, but the penalty for these guys is their range is not quite so good. How many slots does that leave us? Do you know what? It takes a very long time to train up super bombers, so I'm going to take a 111. I'm going to shake things up down south with that. Okay, so we've got our forces. Here we go. There's going to be stuff on here. There's always stuff on here, so let's not charge straight in. Now if you see, it's an anti-aircraft gun. The red ammo markers means that it has no ammo, so for this turn it's not really any penalty. Great, that was an awesome attack there, well done. Okay, can't use our new fighter yet. Terrible attack. So that said I should have killed 4 and only killed 1. What we do is if we hit the L key, it'll show you the last combat that just happened. So Maestrakers against the Polish cavalry, and I had a 40% chance of killing them, and the dice roll were bad. So it tends to be the top 40, so it needs to be 60 or higher, and 50 or higher for suppress, and there were some bad dice rolls. Okay, let's not charge to our deaths. Cavalry unit sorted. Every time you see that, something like this, there's always going to be somebody there, so there's no point charging straight up. These cool? Yeah, these guys don't have any transport, so let's upgrade those. Is it worth making them pioneers as well? Do you know what? Let's do that. Let's make them pioneers and give them transport. Artillery. We can reach, excellent. If attacking air units, or any unit in general, it's always best to try and zero it so that it can't run away and refuel and rearm. Okay, there's got to be something there. Okay, that's our first turn. I don't think I can do anything else. Let's see what they've got back. We are sending you a special reconnaissance unit. Although the flight leader of the unit has been deemed unsuitable for combat, there are those that believe he may have untapped potential. Do not disband the recon flight and get the most of him. So this humble looking Stuka that's called reconnaissance flight, if we right click on him, battle history, Rudel. Now Rudel in the Second World War is the highest scoring tank killer on the Eastern Front, and I think the way that the game decided to do this is they wanted he becomes such a powerful commander in the game that they didn't want to just give him away, the developers. So you have to kind of have this penalty for him. So you have to drag him around for 2 or 3 years with these stats. So he's got an attack penalty of -5 and defense -2, but he has got a bonus for spotting. If you drag him around for 3 years, you then get Super Rudel, who can pretty much destroy everything in a single attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename him, which is Control and N, Alt and N, left Alt and N, and we're going to call him Rudel, and that way I will never disband him. And we're going to use his spotting ability so that we can see what's going on down here. So he can now spot with his +3 bonus 3 squares range. We're going to upgrade him later and put him in a 110 because that has an even further range. So let's plonk him in. There we go. We can see there's another little Polish Air Force unit. And some troops and so on here. Okay, now this did have 4 and was empty. It's now got 8. Although if we look on here, it tells you the status of the units, and any blue numbers are kind of suppressed or not ready. So whilst it says it's got 8, it's actually only going to have 4 defenders. So now is a really good time to hit it before we can get those troops back. We can't get those in. Let's see how that did. So now the number's gone red instead of orange to show that the whole unit is suppressed. So again, if you look in this bar, 7 of those 7 units are gone. So we can hit him with no Let's risk it and come to the airfield. And if you notice, he was suppressed, but now running away gets rid of that suppression. Not really much we can do with these 110s. We'll take quite a few air losses if we do that. Let's just bring in the fighters. Because once these air units are down, these fighters have not that much use for the rest of the scenario, whereas this 110 is going to be useful for the whole of the game. So well, that was pretty rubbish. Oh, it's going to be a slog. Okay, you've done your thing, move on. Awesome. Absolutely nothing. That was great, guys. Let's move this down. Can't reach. Let's get on. Let's back this up. I could kill one. How dug in are they? So if we look on here, this is the dug in. I think it goes from 1 to 8, something like that, 1 to 7. These guys are currently dug in level 4, so it's quite dug in. So let's. So that looks like it did nothing. But if we click on the unit, it's gone down to 3. So that should be slightly easier to kill later on. So engineers forward. Not going to risk that. And that's not Rudel, so let's not bother with that. Let's push him out a little bit. Okay, I think that's everything for the second turn. And carry on. Again, because we didn't get it down to 0, just going to refuel and rearm, keep fixing itself, so problem sorted. Painful. Right this time. Okay. Like one at a time. Crazy. again, so they have, again, if you look at the Duggan, it's 4. And then now 3. And we suppressed 2 of them as well. So we'll just keep that out going on. So if you notice, we're getting red squares now. So if I can fly there, but I am going to crash and die if I do. So let's not do that. For refueling and rearming, you can do it automatically if you're within 1 square of a airfield, so that'll be quite cool. And I'm gonna upgrade Rudel, I think, if it'll let me. Let's do it early. Not really anything we can do here. Push out. Some tanks. Cavalry on this are a real pain. You think they would be a wipe over, but if you catch them in the forest with your tanks, the tanks take quite a beating. So let's go. Chaos. Let's capture this airfield relatively soon as well, and that'll extend our reach. Right, so we saw those cavalry units moving up to the north there, and the tanks. Let's see if we can upgrade Rudel. I don't have enough prestige. Okay, that's annoying. Let's wait and see if we can get some when we capture this town. So, combined arms. They are completely suppressed, so there's very little point attacking them again. Down to 3. We can bomb them. They're down to 1. So we see in here there's only 1 unit left unsuppressed, and the dug-in factor has only gone down to 1 as well. So let's move these guys on. Take that over back again in a second. Should be straight for the fighter first. Really need to get this airfield back. And use that to go to the town. And remove this. That way the fighter should hopefully defend if he tries to attack. And let's cool. It's probably worth sending a 110 up to finish these off so that they can't. And that's then sorted. We can bring the Stukas down. I can't really see anything in there, so let's send the scouts out. Not enough points. Okay. Oh, 3-7. Okay. Cancel. Upgrade. Yeah, so look here, spotting range. The Ju-87 has a spotting range of 1. The 110 has a spotting range of 2, with Rudel's bonus of +2. That makes a spotting range of 4. That makes it pretty awesome, and it can defend itself as well. So we'll keep an eye on him. Not going to attack the anti-air units just yet, but let's bring these down for some support. In trucks, as you saw there, heavy casualties. So let's bring Rudel out. We can see all the way up to the city, and we know there's very little here to worry about. So let's get to work. Straight for the 2. get in here. But there you go, the troops there, and if I put my tank here, they're all going to get killed. Okay, let's see if we can get them to run. Time to rush the mountain troops across. If you notice, these guys don't have transport, and I could upgrade them, but they lose. They're really good at covering mountain terrain, so it's actually better to have them without any transport. Okay, let's go see what we got over here. Okay, excellent. Okay, well we can't kill that with those. Let's just move him into position for killing stuff later. Get this guy to moving out, he would lose. He's currently dug in level 2. Get him to lose that bonus, and he's dug in level 7, so these guys are going to be really difficult to dig out. So I'm going to use reinforcements. It's the first time we've done that this game, so you have two choices. Regular reinforcements, which doesn't cost you very much prestige, but they lose experience, or elite reinforcements, which means you keep your experience, but it's a little bit more expensive. The experience cap is only 225 for this whole 1939, so it doesn't really, you can get that back quite quickly. Right, these fighters are going to be pretty useless at this point. So I need to bomb these guys, but I don't want to get shot out. But we should be able to kill most of them. Let's wait a turn, and we'll send the bombers in later. Anti-tanks don't really do much. I hope they've changed that in Panzer Corps 2. They're pretty useless. Well, certainly in the early war anyway. Maybe they get better later on. Okay. Let's go. Okay, turn 6. So we're getting near the halfway point. We're going to have to push up a bit here. So if we look on the little map, we've got these green dots with circles around them. Those are objectives that we need to capture. We're still quite far away, so let's rush in. Let's use Uberrudel. Oh, he's brought some artillery in there as well. Okay. We're gonna have to do something about these anti-tank, anti-aircraft guns. Notice that this is not an actual objective. We'll get points for capturing it, but we don't really need to. However, really need to get everything up here sorted. So I'm going to leave these guys for now. These pioneers can sort them out next turn. We could bomb it. That might be a way. We'd lose stuff, but it would suppress it. Let's wait. Okay, so we're going to charge up here. Let's use our Riddle Scout. See what's going on over here. Okay, so that's empty. That's good to know. Yeah, let's not get too close because he'll come and. We don't want to take the city with the tanks as well, because if they counter-attack, we'll lose all of our tanks. And I don't care if we lose our anti-aircraft guns, to be honest. We're going to capture that airfield next turn. Yeah, this northern pocket is a pain. And we will hit it with everything we've got next turn. Ah, they just left their defences, but there you go. That's the AI being ridiculous for you there. So they were in defences, dug in level 7, they've left. Airfield. So easy damage there, where they would have been a nightmare to sort out. So captured. can't reach anything else. Let's hit them. Don't think I can reach it next turn because of the mountain. What I don't want to do is be stuck over it without being able to kill it straight away. No, I think we're just going to have to wait. May as well just use these tags. Don't think anti-tanks. Oh, anti-tanks can't capture locations. Okay, that's at least something. Everything else is fine. Cool. So you saw there when the tanks here attacked my little scout unit, the artillery fired in defense. If you've got artillery that's in contact with a unit and it gets engaged, it will automatically fire if it has the ammo. Okay, the Polish infantry should be pretty much suppressed. If you notice, we're on yellow ammo. This is our last shot. So they're now pretty defenseless because they've got red ammo, which is none. And if you notice, it said rugged defense because they're dug in. They do like a % chance of being able to hold off the attack basically and get big bonuses, which is a pain. Hooray! Well done for your rugged defense. So let's bring that airfield as well. Need to put some ammo on him. Let's reinforce him. Again, got everything kind of waiting. There's no point dying just for things are quite expensive. So I'm going to throw them away. And we'll keep them there as bait so we can protect the artillery. Capture that. Sorted. Okay, final pushes then. I thought the big fight would be down here, but it seems this pocket is the one that's a pain in the butt. There's no counter-battery. So even if it did have a range of 2, it can't fire back. Right, let's find Rudel. Rudel's here. Let's go see what's going on over here. Probably there to see everything. No anti-air. So finally we have something for our boys to do. So going back up. Reinforce them for the attack. I'm not going to reinforce the anti-tank units. Let's get them supplied. Those supplied. Sorry, I'm giving them reinforcements, and it gives them a small amount of fuel and ammo as well. You can just opt to supply the unit, and that's free. Yeah, this anti-aircraft gun is being a pain. Let's see if we can suppress. Okay, so 3 killed and 3 suppressed. There's only 3 left. If I attack this directly, the artillery was going to fire at me anyway, so it's easier just to attack the artillery. Let's bring in a Stuka, see what happens. So that's down to, there's only 1 unit there that's not suppressed. might run away. Nope, he's not, so we're going to bring him. Okay, we're whittling them down, we're getting there. We'll hit these with as much air power as we can. Bring those units up. Excellent. 2 turns. Yeah, come on. So, on a river, there is a huge bonus if you manage to attack a unit that's on a river. So, oh. So, Stuka attacking kills. I'll look at the stats for that one. And if you see target on river gives you +4 for the attack, which is quite a nice little bonus. Nice, that makes up for the pawning attacks before. Capture the base. That's Rudel. Yes, whilst Rudel is good at spotting, he is terrible at attacking, and it's almost worth using a fighter rather than him. But let's fly over here, just make sure there's nothing lurking in the back. And we're going to go and bomb. Where are they? They're now dug in level 6, so that's going to be tricky. Okay, we'll do that. We can move the artillery up. The computer will generally not attack a unit if it thinks it can get counter-batteried. So these guys should be safe for a bit. Are these dug in? No, so we're not going to try and bait them out. We could do a little bit of counter. It's not great. Bring these guys up. Bring the mountain troops. Kill the artillery, but the anti-tank's going to cause some damage later. So we've got the yellow fuel icon. We're down to 5 units of fuel, so we're going to have to probably resupply him shortly as well. Not going to move those. Yeah, come on then. And as you saw there, he didn't attack with his infantry because of the counter-attack threat, which is a bit weird of the game. Suppressed are they? Down to 4. Still not really worth it, so let's risk it. So they're dug in level 6 down here. We really need to get that sorted. They've got no fuel and they've got 5 out of 6 maximum ammo. If we bomb them, down to 4, so they cost them ammo. We can awesome, do nothing with our artillery. Ow. Okay, that was painful. I'm going to risk it. Worst case scenario, they come and attack us. We'll take the city behind them, and they'll have lost their dug-in factor as well. Okay, come on then. Are they going to take the bait? Nope, they've stayed dug in. Supply that unit. Let's save them again. Let's try to there you go, slightly more favourable. So that's it. We're down to one unit defending, and let's bring everybody in. Don't call us, we'll call you. 2 for 4. 2, not great. Again. The problem is, because we've got so many units content, you can't resupply or reinforce. You can only, there's like a penalty for every unit that's in contact with you. So he's at best going to maybe get 1 reinforcement. We're going to put a 111 over the top, we can hit it with artillery, we can bring the mobile vehicles up. So we should take the last city. Was it Karen? Conin this turn. So artillery. Let's get rid of Cool, so they look like it did nothing because this is one of the bugs in the game, but the dug-in has gone to 0, they've lost more ammo, so that definitely had an effect. Take it away. So that was it, the opening move, scenario 1. We didn't lose any units, we had to use a little bit of reinforcements. I'm not going to reinforce these guys, because what will happen is, on the next map screen, we'll get to reinforce them for free, and we'll see that shortly. So what I'll do is I'll end the battle and we'll see if we've done well enough to maybe earn some Special Forces SE units. All our planes are safe. There we go, decisive victory. We can look at the battlefield, and we can see here there are no green dots. We cleared the whole of the map. We are successful. And we've crippled the Polish Air Force. Well done. Okay, so this is the beginning of the second battle. September the 5th, there's not much of an air force apparently, and we need to knock out some bridges and rail crossings and do what we can there. Okay, start the deployment phase, capture all the objectives. We got an SE unit, so normally we really only want tanks, but I'm not going to cheat too much. You can save scum if you replay the last allied turn. You can just keep trying and trying and trying until you get a tank, but I will keep these guys just because I can. So if you notice, they have up to 5 stars underneath them, and this one's coloured in. So what I can do is, I'll do it for this guy, is I'm going to give him elite reinforcements, and he still keeps a star, so I can then overstrength him by 1 point per star. And if you notice with the mountain troops, it's kind of a faded star. If I use normal reinforcements, I'm going to lose experience, and the star gets even more faded, and I can't overstrength it. Pioneers, just normal. Pioneers again, I'm not really in a rush. What's going to suck all my points away is going to be yeah, I don't really like anti-tank. I'll put it back up for free anyway. Artillery, and air power is where I spend all my points. So let's look at the upgrade options. So it's currently a 7.5 centimeter flak. I'm going to upgrade it to a 10.5, and that's only going to cost me 60. If I wanted to upgrade to a Sturmpanzer, it kind of goes down a different tech tree, and it's like buying it for fresh, but it gets a bit of experience. So I'm just going to use this as a normal artillery piece. And he keeps 6 experience points, so let's overstrength him. He's not quite earned a full star, so I'm going to wait until the next battle. We'll overstrength him. I don't think we can upgrade any of those yet. Nope. Upgrade him. Sorry, overstrength him. Ju-88's always going to get all my points. Rudel is always going to get points to keep him alive, and bombers, that's why we bought him early. I'm going to overstrength him as soon as we can. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll pause the video there, and we'll come back shortly for Battle 2. Thank you for watching.